Hello everybody and welcome to our first stop of the Canadian Tour of 2 that's taken place here at Mosport, and we're also at the second half of the regular season, race number 11. Hard enough to believe we have made it at this point as we are here for the Circuit City 300. Let's get on down to your starting lineup. On the pole, Sky Commons. Next to him, Zach Rogers. Third, Devin Becker. Fourth, Dylan Thoreau. Fifth, Jeffrey Finguy. Sixth, Audrey Baranowski. Seventh, Benjamin Miles. Eighth, Keith Batson. Ninth, Zachary Fitzwater. Completing top 10, Clint Spillman. Here's the rest of your starting lineup from 11th and 12th on back. Here's the key guys right there. So the Canadian Tour will be this and Pigs Creek, and then we will be heading back to the States where we will be running our first of 2 throwback races when we head to Atlanta for the regular throwback race weekend. As on the final row, we have Joshua Osborne and Kyle Matthews. So Sky Comets on the pole today, which is a very, very good sign right there. So let's look at your points coming into this race, which apparently I have the wrong file up. Oh, what wonderful. See if I get up in time before the command, and I'm pretty sure I will. Just gonna double check. Maybe I'll be lucky. Yep, here we go. I'm gonna do this quickly here. Kate Anderson has the points lead by 12 points over Jeff James. Joshua Osborne is third, JT Bryant fourth, Trent Dunham's fifth, Connor Myers sixth, James Quall seventh, Sky Commons, your pole sitter, eighth, Dylan Poteet ninth, and Courtney Keith completing the top 10. All right, I did in the nick of time. Here comes the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
21 laps it's going to be here today, an extra 5 laps for the Cup Series. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to really happen. And, well, if you're a fan of this track, and you know how this series is with this track, it's going to be a little wacky, man. Especially if you saw the Xfinity Series. That was a little too wacky. Sky Commons, Zach Rogers on the front row. It's good to see Zach Rogers up here because he needs every little bit of help he can get here because he's been struggling badly. Another key notable there, Devin Becker. We mentioned about his retirement tour that's going on by. He's starting third. That's a good sign for him. Keith Batson's doing poorly. Clint Spillman doing poorly. We'll see what will happen, though. Green flag is out, and we're underway for the Circuit City 300. Rogers got a good run. He shuts the door in Commons. All right, did I hear a spin? Oh, yeah, that was Quentin Moore and Alex Drayton. And Ramian Fisher. And Osborne even has a little bit of damage. And, oh, Kate Anderson, the points leader. Cody Lamas around. JT Bryant's got some damage. Whoa, and some cars going all over the course here. What in the world? They're going to... Oh, Miles just spun there. That was a... Man, they're going crazy over here. Man, Drayton flat out destroyed on pit road there. Baranowskis has now moved up into second. I'll tell you what, some of the back markers getting some good runs. And, well, if you remember last season, Clint Spillman had a chance to win here, but damn lap cars ruined the facts. So you have to be watching this car for sure. Rogers will lead the first lap today. Trent Dunham trying to battle Finguy for position will get the spot. You see Kyle Keith there. He's trying to get up to 36 of Devin Becker. See some of the skid marks. That was Quentin Moore and Alex Drayton's crash there you've seen. And Becker's got some left side damage in the 36. But you see, he's still got that car going. He's right now still P10. Battle for position. Keith Batson, Dylan Thoreau. That's for third. And here you got to make your passes quick. Otherwise, you know, you're going to lose ground onto that lead pack. And especially battle for the win there. And Batson knows this is a good spot to pass right here. And he's going to take full advantage. And will pass Dylan Thoreau for third. See Fisher, Moore coming on down pit road. They're out of it. Oh, and Miles crashed again. Oh, and he just went into the tire wall. That's going to really, let's put a damper in his car today. Dylan Poteet on the grass. Tim Fiegel, the rear of the field there. JT Bryant, Alex Ferranti, Cody Lamas, Phil Parker. There's Charles Sanford. He was one of those guys that was really riding the grass earlier. Same with Noah Hart. Jessica Sheldon, RJ Bishop as well. Seth Gold, Brett Pritchard battling for position right over here in the top 20 spot. Seth will get it. Man, the pole sitter, Sky Comets, he fell all the way back to P14 there. And now he's trying to see if he can get back that top position from starting to get through Johnny Gardner. And Courtney Keith just got around her brother, Kyle, there. And now Courtney trying to work on Willie Flickinger. Got a little squirrely coming off the corner. Same with Kyle Keith. And now Gardner going to make a pass. Same with Jesse Turner in the 78. Which that car's been flying through the course. And now, Finn Guy's starting to slip a bit. Becker got ninth place earlier, and now he's trying to get 8th from Finn Guy. Midge Miles on pit road. You can see Dylan Poteet though in car 31. Tough break for the Great Clips Chevrolet. You can see he really doesn't have damage, but he's just so far in the rear of the field. You know, it's not what he needed at all. Baranowskis, though, is starting to gain a little ground on Zach Rogers, so before Zach gets to that Sunday drive, well, that 46 is starting to come. Now, of course, the cautions are turned off, so when we head to Pigs Creek, the cautions will be on for that race. And the next time we go to a road course in the season, got to go all the way to race 17, which is over at Sebring. The Grand Prix there, so going to be interesting to see how that's going to be. And then we have 2 road courses after that. So all the international road courses, they'll be taken care of. And this is the last of them all right here. Baranowskis in that 46. Man, that 46 is flying. It's caught ground to the 6. And keep in mind, too, you got Rogers, Baranowskis, Batson, and Spillman all doing very poorly in the points. Dylan Thoreau's the only one who's doing at least half decent. That's up here. And Ember Ross has been struggling this season. So it's great to see some of these drivers who are not doing well in the standings to get up here. Oh, and Flickinger went off the course a little bit. And don't look now. Courtney Keith is really reeling the field down there in car 40. And Kyle, you see, got passed by Sky Commons earlier, and he's continuing to free fall a little bit here. That 40's waiting for an opening, no matter who it be, the 8 or the 36. Oh, but she makes a mistake, and Gardner will take 11th from her. And now Turner trying to take advantage and trying to take 12th as well. Flickinger will pass Becker for the 9th position again. Thin guy all over the back bumper of Trent Dunham. You got to be careful. All around this corner is a very troublesome area. Oh, and Thin guy's going to dump Dunham and himself. Oh, man. And Schoen's on pit road. Car 02. Oh, not a good move by Finn Guy. He dumped Dunham. It's like they say, if you're going to wreck him, at least don't wreck yourself, but he failed. That's going to allow Johnny Gardner and Courtney Keith to jump into the top 10 right there. And Baranowskis has caught the 6 of Zach Rogers. Dylan Poteet finally coming down pit road. Charles Sanford's got damage in the 03. Maze Miles is actually still continuing there. And Becker trying to retake a position where he just messed up that corner. So now Flickinger's going to be able to get some breathing room. And Jesse Turner has now cracked the top 10. Sky Commons, who was the pole sitter, trying to get back some spots. And I do not like this little spot because this is not good. 2x2 coming into this corner. And yikes. Come on, guys. Settle it out. Wow, and look at Courtney Keith being risky here. Oh, look out. Yepes about turn Commons. Kyle very wisely, he said, nah, I'm not getting involved in that. He probably told Courtney the same thing, too. You could see she backed out of there, so good call right there by the Seth Keith duo right there. Battle for second, rather. Batson took second place from Baranowskis, and now Baranowskis wants to retake it. Now Audra's going to get the preferred line coming off this corner. And she knows, though, she lost a lot of ground on Zach Rogers. Now, remember, Dylan Poteet's up to speed. Kyle Matthews on down pit road for some odd reason. Not a good day for S3 here. Actually, yep, that's what I was wondering about S3. Where's Seth? And that's going to answer my question right there. Seth Cole now battling with Jeff James for position. And man, James all over the back bumper of the 42. And he also makes a mistake in the process. And now Kyle's going to get some breathing room. Seth Cole gets a position. And now James Quall's trying to take a spot from Jeff James. James, your winner at Dubai. Commons, a winner at Champs-Élysées. Right within the area there, so. Not a bad showing today there. And Ember Ross now trying to take a position from Dylan Thoreau. And Spillman has gained another spot. Takes one from Keith Batson. And Baranowskis starting to get a little ground gain on Zach Rogers. A little bit. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Last scored in second. Almost 2.5 seconds back, but now the 46 starting to get that speed back. Now Kyle Matthews is going to be an interesting story because I don't think he's off the pace as well, but just must have had a different pit sequence or something. Then again, he did have some type of damage a little bit earlier too, so 1.83, yeah. Baranowski, I've seen that they're gaining some ground. Clint Spillman, the same for him as well. How about that 24 right now on the podium? And well, I'll tell you what, last season was a disaster, and part of this season has been somewhat of a disaster. But if you remember last season, though, that 24, he had the lead till about a couple laps to go. And the lap car came and wrecked him and the lap car itself. And that was the first time ever we had seen the pole sitter, or the person who led the majority of the race, basically just get crashed out like that. And it happened in both series, too, out of all times, too. And well, with the new package, too, it definitely is going to change, a matter of fact, for sure. And you could see a little spread out, but also at the same time, you could see that both Baranowskis and Spillman, they've been managing to catch ground on that 6 car. Devin Becker all the way back here. I think he came down pit road as what the matter is. And oh, a problem for Seth Cole in the 07. And that car is destroyed. James Quall's got some damage in the 70. Wow, look who's cracked up into here. Tim Fiegel in the 95. Out of nowhere. Yeah, I figured that's where they probably wrecked, because there was a couple cars right within that mix, just were all there, too. There's some Sed Keith cars on the Sed Keith Motorsports funded car right there, so that's interesting to see right there. Jesse Turner in 9th. Diego Yepes cleaning top 10. Not a bad day for Bishop Family Racing. And Batson, despite falling back a little bit, he's still hanging around the top 10 as he lost 5th to Ember Ross. We're nearing that as we're about ready to approach the halfway point of the Circuit City 300. It'll be a big question with pit stops when they come on by. Yeah, I'm about to say, I would not come pit road right now, especially because of that 07 that's coming in there. And he's out of the race right there. And man, Baranowskis and Spillman both have been just gaining ground on that MSI Dodge. And, uh-oh. Look out, James Qualls exiting pit road. And now, Rogers, his first batch of dealing with lap traffic. And it's a damaged one off the pace. See, this is where, when you're the leader, you have to be extremely patient about this. You can't make an aggressive move, but you still got to tell him to get out of the way. And, oh, Rogers getting completely held up, and this is where you got to be really patient here. But it allowed Baranowskis to get to the back bumper of the 6. A bump and run, and Baranowskis takes the lead. New leader, Andra Baranowskis. Now Spillman all over the back bumper. And will take P2, or at least is going to try to get P2 from Zach Rogers. Now Baranowskis' turn with the 70. And the 46 going to move the 70 out of the way, and that's how you're supposed to do it. Rogers wisely had to hit the brakes just in case with the 70 coming back up, but you see, that's how you're supposed to move lap traffic out of the way and not get yourself involved. And Baranowskis showed both right there. Keep in mind, Baranowskis in her second season, and she did very poorly in her rookie season. She was in the bottom 5 of the standings throughout the majority of last season. And here she is, kind of following the same footsteps, but today she is looking for her first career win in the Universal Orlando Cup Series. She was a well-named driver in the Outback Xfinity Series, managed to pick up a good number of wins throughout her time over there. I think she picked up 3 or 4 wins altogether in the 2 or 3 seasons she was a part of. Baranowskis that has now formed with the Full Throttle Motorsports thanks to William Brock. Having an outstanding run thanks to some great qualifying effort by the Delta Chevrolet. But it's like they say, it ain't over till it's over, because she's got to deal with Clint Spillman and Zach Rogers. Let's see if Baranowskis coming out pit road. Yep, indication. Here she comes. Baranowskis, Spillman, and Rogers all coming down. And even James Qualls is coming down. Dylan Thoreau, Keith Batson, Ember Ross, William Flickinger, Johnny Gardner, Jesse Turner, Diego Yepes, Courtney Keith, Sky Commons, Brett Pritchard. What happened to Kyle Keith? Don't tell me. Oh, he got sent to the rear. Actually, I think he may have, I think he came down pit road earlier. Levi McIntyre, Phil Parker, Connor Meyer, and everyone else coming on down. Cars leaving pit road. Baranowskis, no surprise, P1. Spillman, P2. Then you got Thoreau, Batson, Ross, Gardner, Turner, Yepes. Comments, slow stop for William Flickinger. Kyle Keith's going to gain some spots right there. Miles back on pit road. So Kev Shearer already making a pit stop beforehand. Tim Fiegel, Jeff James, Phil Parker, Connor Meyer, and Miles coming back out on the course. Charles Sanford, Jessica Sheldon back on pit road. And Baranowskis got a good lead, but I guarantee you the top 2 battles mainly going to be the 46 and the 24. Rogers who had a great car in the beginning, has fell apart today. And now he's got to deal with Dylan Thoreau in car number 4. Tell you what, you still got to give credit for those drivers who are in the rear of the field struggling this season. They're in a really good position, I believe. If I'm seeing things correctly here, Kyle Keith may have just got himself into the top 10 due to pit strategy, and I think that is the case. If that is, what an excellent job for car 42 just to get position. See, Baranowskis is the leader. And indeed, the case it is. He is currently P9, Yepes in P10, and Courtney Keith right now in P11. We'll document your points leader in just a second as Kyle's now battling Jesse Turner for position. Gets a little off the course there. This is where he's going to get that preferred line. He will get that position. Oh, still side by side with the 78 rather. This is a good little battle coming off this carousel here. Turner's not wanting to give up on the fight, but I think this is now where Turner's going to have to surrender here. And yep, good move by the 42. Oh, Flickinger off the rumble strips there. It's going to allow McIntyre and Commons to take full advantage. As you're seeing Baranowskis still lead. Let's document Kate Anderson in the 3. Last scored P19 is the Texaco Havoline Chevrolet. Out of Tim Fiegel in the 95, who's currently the driver dead last in the points, but see what'll happen there. You see William Flickinger now under fire from Sky Commons. And you can see Brett Pritchard's trying to gain ground on that 8 car there. Now, if you're wondering about Flickinger, about what the plan is, now this is the only thing they have mentioned. The 18 is probably going to come back. The 18 is definitely going to come back. Unsure if Noah Hart will return. And William Flickinger is going to retire. Isaac Flickinger is going to take over. And the 8 will be rebranded to the 88. And they won't be Chevrolets. You got that right. They are not going to be Chevrolets no more. After this season, they will be a Toyota team, which that absolutely blew my mind once I got the news about this. And oh, wow. And speaking of Toyota, Brett Pritchard getting a little aggressive there trying to get that spot. But a one and done for William Flickinger for the Cup Series. Zach wants to keep things in the family. And man, that was a little bit of a gutsy move there. Bishop Family Racing right now, P9, P10. And Yepes trying to take 9th from Jesse Turner. Look at Yepes trying to go the hard way. He's going to pay the price right there. And don't look now. Clint Spillman is gaining ground on Audra Baranowskis. Which, if he can get the win, that would be a huge ordeal for Spillman. Especially for redemption from last season. Baranowskis, the driver from Latvia. She has had some struggle in the Cup Series. Just couldn't seem to get her foot in the throttle and keep herself in a good manner. And when they were originally HRT, that team struggled horribly. When they moved to Chevrolet, thanks to William Brock, it's been a bit of a semi-struggle. But of course, when the International Tour came around, nothing really happened major. Maybe a here and there decent finish. But the Canadian Tour, she wanted to get the good finish at the road course. Trying to capture her first win with 5 laps to go. Trying to hold off the vet, Clint Spillman. Rogers has completely lost ground on Baranowskis and Spillman as he's trying to hang on from Dylan Thoreau. Got to give also credit and a shout out to Keith Batson, who, normally doesn't have a lot of good luck in the series, but he's in the top 5. That's a great sign to see in the POWMIA Ford Mustang there. Remember, Ross is also another driver doing poorly in the standings. Kyle Keith. I think the driver who's where they're at the highest in the standings, I believe, is Jesse Turner in the 78 in the top 10. And then outside of it, just outside of it, you have to look at Sky Commons. Highest driver in the top 10, Curly P13. And Kyle better be careful, because behind him, there is a hornet's nest that's starting to form. Well, it was going to form, and now it's starting to fan out a little bit. Baranowski's starting to run away from that 24 a bit. See Shelton, Sanford, quite a ways off. JT Bryant, Kyle Matthews, Benjamin Miles. As Spillman did lose just a tiny bit of ground. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. You can just see, though, now that 24, this has been, you know, the spot where really could change a lot there. If you mess up on that corner, that's where you're going to lose ground. And so these drivers are trying not to go up past the rumble strips. And you've seen Emmett Ross do a good example there. Johnny Gardner did not. And Turner's caught the 42. And look at this. Courtney keeps back on the attack. Unbelievable showing here by these drivers. Oh, and Kyle Matthews and Charles Sanford, they're out of the race. Teammates to S3. And I've also realized Noah Hart is also out of the race. And car 18, yeah, I didn't even see him crash out. Just wondering what happened with him there. Oh, and Pritchard got a little close to Flickinger's bumper. They used to be teammates there. But they'll settle it out for now. And you notice in the interval, Clint Spillman, he says it's go time. It was at .92 earlier, now at .55. Keep an eye on the field before we focus on the leaders from here on out. And now Courtney gonna move Jesse out of the way for 9th. And Jesse goes off the course a little bit, same with Yepes. Handling the cars, getting a little airy there. And Baranowskis now starting to run away a bit from the 24. I don't think Sanford and Matthews are going to come back out in the course. Oh, Spillman got some ground gain right there just off that turn. But he still lost some ground. .84. Time is ticking for Clint Spillman, the 24. Baranowskis and Spillman, 2 laps to go. If they get a battle coming into that white flag lap, man, I'm going to be flat out amazed. Because I'll tell you what, with the package, when they changed this for the road courses, have been absolutely insane. Especially with the battles that have been going on. Oh, Baranowskis kind of messed up that corner a little bit. And now the 24 are going to gain a little bit of ground right there. You can see Spillman's getting that draft right there. That's what's really going to help him out. See how they are coming into this corner here. Both take it really, really good. Baranowski's got that just a little bit on that rumble. And now the 24 doing everything he can in that power in that John Deere Chevrolet to hunt the Delta Chevrolet coming to the white flag lap. Oh, man, I don't know if Spillman's going to get him. He's trying. You can see he's pushing on that car so hard. He's nearly caught up to the back bumper, the 46. Here we go. White flag coming out here in the Circuit City 300 for Baranowskis and Spillman. Wow, did he gain a lot of ground on that alone. 4/10 behind. He cut that distance in half, and now he's got to make sure he runs his line perfect and to get to the back bumper of the 46. The problem with Spillman is when you try to make your move, if you're up to that back bumpers, Baranowskis went a little bit off there, and now Spillman's up to the back bumper. Oh, man. Baranowskis thought she had in the bag, but now the 24 is right there. It's going to be a matter of what's going to happen coming off these corners here. How are both drivers going to be? Oh, and Spillman messed up the corner, and that's probably going to be all she wrote right there. Oh, man, he gave it all he had, trying to give her the bump, and it did not work, and that's going to seal it right there for Audra Baranowskis. Spillman, a great effort, but unfortunately he's going to come up short in P2. At least he got some very solid redemption after what happened last season. But coming off the final few corners, Audra Baranowskis, what a job well done. She is going to be a winner today at Mosport, the Circuit City 300. Wow, what a race. I thought Clint had her for a second, but just a bit short. So we're going to take a look at some of the incidents that's going to go on by. So we'll be right back real quick, and we'll show you some of the incidents that can play here at Mosport. Well, the theme of this race is definitely going to be team meetings for sure, and it's going to be Tweenix Racing's Dylan Pote and Alex Drayton. That is going to be the first of them, I guarantee. And Pote absolutely dumps Alex Drayton. He gets damaged, and then Fisher just trying to avoid. He was nowhere close. Jessica Sheldon also getting a piece right there, and man, a couple of hard hits right there taking play. And then you're going to see coming from here, just Joshua Osborne getting a little piece of that as well. So hard hits for a couple of drivers in that mix right there. But that was the first incident that went on by. And I believe while we're here... Okay, nope, never mind. I thought there was another incident coming right around here, but that's a little later. Hard hit, though, for Alex Drayton. Quick early exit for him and Quentin Moore. Let's look at the next incident. And this was going to, what we mentioned about Sky Commons and Devin Becker. Keith Batts was right there in the mix, too. And, man, there were 3 wide coming off the corner. That was just not a good idea. And then around goes Commons. Well, actually hit the rumble strip, caught a little air there. And then Commons gets a little hit off the wall. Miles trying to avoid. Gets a piece of it right there. It's going to check up the field right there. And then you see a couple drivers get by, which was Batson, Finguy, and Spillman. And then everyone else just trying to scatter and use the brakes best as possible there. And some drivers getting lucky, some drivers not. But you could see when that happened, that went about 3 wide each. And then Turner's going to turn Ferranti in the Bryant and Fiegel. And you can just see, man, it was just a cluttered mess, all because of that there. And then you see Cody Lamas. He's going to get spun out by RJ Bishop, which I think Kev is... Oh, he's not going to get involved. They got cars going all over everywhere because of the 48. Kate Anderson, Phil Parker, all the way in the grass right there. And then you see over here, they're just getting way too antsy. Look at 4 wide coming off the corner. Yeah, there's no way they were going to make that last. Benjamin Miles, he got dumped by Johnny Gardner, and this is where the start of his day goes from bad to worse. And keep in mind, this is all lap 1 that went around here. I told you it was going to be a little wacky coming off the first lap here, and that is Mosport for you in a nutshell. And I just want to see here real quickly. Yeah, I think from that point, everything was at least decent. So now let's look at the next major incident. Well, this has to be one of the biggest wrecks I think we have safely had at Mosport. And I mean, when I mean big, I mean when you see this, this is probably going to be one of the most jaw-dropping, shocking moments I've ever seen coming around off this course. It's going to start with Kate Anderson, the 3, going into the 0-5 of John R., into the 7 of Fitzwater. Those 2 go to the left side wall. Art had it saved, then gets turned by Shelton. They both go to the right side of the wall. McIntyre's going to get by. Bishop barely gets by. Noah Hart, wow, flipped over. Jessica Shelton, and I mean, I've never seen. Look, it hit the windshield of John R. And oh my goodness, wow. Charles Sanford then also hits the 0-5 on the passenger side. That was a violent impact. Cody Lamas nowhere to go into Zachary Fitzwater. Kyle Matthews scenes run into John Art. Bryant barely gets by right there. Ferranti runs into his fellow ally companion there of Cody Lamas. Ferranti's trying not to run the John Art, but unbelievable about all the S3 cars with the exception of Seth Cole involved in that accident alone. And man, that explains everything about Noah Hart, but I did not know what happened to the 18 because I didn't even see that, that part of the wreck or even what happened there. But look again here. Let's see if we get a better angle here. Let's see if we can go TV too, because spectator is kind of ass. And you see Shelton just trying to avoid Hart, couldn't do so. Slides back up the course, and then you're going to see the 18 coming up the hill. Just couldn't slow down time. And man, driver's side, and I mean, the right wheel, the right rear wheel there came out and hit the windshield of the Zaxby's Toyota there. That's a crazy shot right there, and unbelievable. Let's take a look at Hart's on board real quick on that portion, just because that was insane. So on board, Noah Hart in the 18 Dairy Queen Chevrolet. There's the wreck. Oh, we just could not slow down in time. There's no way. That car was easily done. That's what happened to that. Let's look at the next incident. And we already documented about the incident before with Trent Dunham there in the 1 and Jeffrey Finguy in the 92. So let's see what happened to Seth Cole in the 07 in the Netflix Chevrolet there, and takes the turn wrong. James Qualls is already in the inside of, to the inside of him is Jeff James. So they're 3 wide coming off the corner. So that's already slow because of that mess up there. And man, he just got too close coming into that 07 there. And then, unfortunately, him and Qualls hard hit into the inside wall right there. And that is a tough break right there for all 3 of those drivers. Primarily to Seth Cole and James Qualls, because they were like drivers that were trying to rebound after some bad runs before, but definitely not what they needed at all. So that's what happened to them. See if anything else is there. Well, Miles was having a crappy day today. 2 times he got sent out to the sand pit over in that carousel, and then JT Bryant adds insult to injury because he was stuck behind the 2 car after Bryant came down pit road. He had enough. You could clearly see he's way faster than the 2. And says, all right, if you want to do that, that's fine. And tries to dump the 2. One problem, though. You are not supposed to dump yourself if you're going to wreck him. And unfortunately, Bryant is going to pay the price right here. And tries to hit the brake. And just not enough. Goes into the tire wall. Suffers some damage. And well, ultimately, that really hurts his car right there. I was trying to look through the incidents, but I did not see this incident at all. The next one should be about S3 Motorsports with Kyle Matthews in the 09. And we've seen this a few times happen in the Xfinity Series, but this was the only time it happened in today's race. And Charles Sanford getting into the left corner panel of his teammate, Kyle Matthews. And, man, that's like very rough there. S3, they had really good runs at the beginning of the season. Now all of a sudden it's bad. And Charles Sanford, he dumped Kyle Matthews, man. I'm sorry. And then Kyle head on to the tire wall, and then Charles Sanford just couldn't hold on because his car's all damaged, and he whacks it as well. So that's a look at all the incidents there. But, of course, your winner today, Audrey Barnauskas. Let's take you to the finishing results. As you can see here right now, as of doing this, it is still going on. Benjamin Miles is now 27th and Shelton 28th, and now that it is complete, here is your full finishing results. As you could see, top 10 was Baranowski, Spillman, Rogers, Thoreau, Batson, Ross, Gardner, Kyle Keith, Courtney Keith, and Jesse Turner. And then 26 cars finished the race on the lead lap. And 28 cars finished the race, while 29th on down, all out of the race after everything that went on by. What a crazy race this was. Thank you guys for watching the Circuit City 300 at Mosport. We will see you guys later for next week. Until then, goodbye everybody from the points at the end of the video.